Don't be alarmed. Megyn Kelly has not seen a ghost or her boss recently. Um, Former boss? Yeah, former boss. So I'm going to have to ask for fair use from the Live with Kelly show to discuss this critical aspect of our democracy as Americans on whether or not this election was in fact stolen from us, because there's going to be a growing number of people who are going to come to this conclusion, because there's about 4 million votes missing if you conveniently look at my video icon right down here. These are the 2012 numbers. Why didn't Donald Trump make that number if there's the big hidden vote? Okay. And then why didn't it match the exit polls? Why did this happen?
For Barack Obama. So we kind of figured we'd be calling it in the 11 o'clock hour. And what happens is you sit down for the exit polls, the first round of them at 5 p.m. Right. And that's when you first get, a hint of how the night is going to go. And it was all bad news for Donald Trump in that first round. It was like, it's going to be a rough night for Donald Trump. Looking good for Hillary Clinton. Probably going to call it for her in the 11 o'clock hour. This is happening at news agencies around the country based on the exit polls that we've been getting so far. And so this
can get into this because you were really there broadcasting it, where it seemed like counting. Usually, they will call an election right away. It seemed like they were waiting until 90% of the votes were counted.
Well, and in prior elections, last time around, 4 years ago, we called it in the 11 o'clock hour for Barack Obama. So we kind of figured we'd be calling it in the 11 o'clock hour. And what happens is you sit down for the exit polls, the first round of them at 5 p.m.
Right.
And that's when you first get, a hint of how the night is going to go. And it was all bad news for Donald Trump in that first round. It was like, it's going to be a rough night for Donald Trump. Looking good for Hillary Clinton. Probably going to call it for her in the 11 o'clock hour. This is happening at news agencies around the country based on the exit polls that we've been getting so far. And so this happened at all the news agencies. You go out there, you start anchoring the show, you start seeing the results. Then suddenly the real vote starts coming in. And it was similar to what we saw in the lead up, which was what we'd been told by the pollsters was not matching the sentiment of the American people.
Okay, so how do the pollsters get it so wrong? How do they get it that wrong? Because I was telling you backstage that I had people over at my house, and I know a lot of people had people over at their houses, and they were all watching in large viewing parties. And then within our group, everybody had some pollster on the inside in their group.
Yep.
So, and they were all giving us and everyone I knew incorrect information. So,
well, what they think so far is that there really was a hidden Trump vote. You heard some people talk about the hidden Trump vote. And the reason they say that happened is because when the pollsters called up and figured out if you were a likely voter, they weren't counting enough Trump voters who really were going to.
Now, again, that's, choose whether or not you're good or evil. Okay, because this is not the work of good people. Period. This is not a good man. This is not a good man. I'm sorry. That's not a good man. That's not a trustworthy woman. Okay? This is a woman who has done good things, according to the way Jesus Christ taught you how to judge people, which is judge them by their works. Okay, otherwise judge not lest you be judged. Okay? According to that, she's a good woman. And she's a Christian woman. You should believe that. But judgment's coming. Telling you that much. Judgment is definitely coming.